I'm Brianna Rose with the Mill City Times, and I'm here with Chef Sherman, the founder of the company The Sioux Chef and co-owner of the restaurant Owamni. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So, Sean, you have been a busy man over the last year or so. You have many projects in the works. And one of them, what I'd like to start out talking about, is the much anticipated opening of the restaurant Owamni. Now, there has been a lot of buzz about this. I know it's slated to open sometime late spring to early summer. And I'm just wondering, what made you want to open a brick and mortar spot?
Well, it's something we've been working on for quite a long time. We always thought that having our own brick and mortar restaurant would be such a great platform to be able to continue the work that we're doing, which is bringing exposure to Indigenous foods and Indigenous cultures. And we think it's just a great opportunity, especially this one with this park board, because it's a brand new park, brand new restaurant, brand new building. And we're just really excited to showcase something so special right on the banks of what used to be the waterfalls called Owamni by the Dakota, which means place of the swirling waters, which was later renamed St. Anthony Falls, of course. But we're really excited to have a restaurant that overlooks that really beautiful site.
And what kind of cuisine will be served there?
We focus on indigenous foods. So we focus on foods that were natural to these regions. We've cut out a lot of colonial ingredients of things that came over later that didn't really exist here before. So for us, there's no dairy or wheat flour or cane sugar, and we typically don't use beef, pork, or chicken. So we really focus on foods that are from here. So we look at a lot of agricultural products. We work directly with some native farms around the region. We buy a lot of indigenous proteins. We try and purchase from indigenous producers first, which we have quite a few around the states. We're so lucky. So we have things like wild rice, and we have, of course, native grown corns and beans and squash and sunflower seeds. We utilize a lot of wild plants. There's a lot of things like cedar and pine and Labrador tea and things like that in our cuisine. So it's really just the flavor of where we are.
And I know that you're close to opening, but you're not there yet. But are there any items on your menu that you know for sure are going to be there that you could share with us?
Well, of course we'll have, of course we'll have some really great wild rice dishes, and we're going to have a few different fun menus to play with because we're going to be really busy in the summertime. So we'll have a special patio and kind of summertime menu to deal with how many people are going to be coming through. And then as we get to the winter, we're going to be having some special menus where we get to focus and play around a little bit more and kind of push the edge on modern Indigenous cuisine. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to create a whole bunch of brand new recipes.
So it'll be kind of seasonal then.
Absolutely seasonal and very regional too.
I'd like to switch gears then and move on to talking about a nonprofit. You are a co-founder of the North American Indigenous Food Systems, and I would like to learn a little bit more about what that is and what the goal is.
Sure. So we founded Natives, which is North American Traditional Indigenous Food Systems, a few years ago. We're a 501c3 operation. We opened up a unit inside the Midtown Global Market called the Indigenous Food Lab, which is our nonprofit kitchen. So we've been doing quite a few different projects, and we're really designed to do a lot of education and development. We really want to be there to help tribes develop their own healthy Indigenous culinary operations for their own communities, to help kind of spread the access of Indigenous foods, to really impact a lot of diets and health issues that are out there today because of kind of nutritional access that are available to a lot of reservation systems. So we've been doing a lot of food relief ever since the George Floyd incident last year. So we started off doing 400 meals a day last summer, trying to help normalize healthy Indigenous foods. And as the winter came along, we started sending foods directly out to tribal communities. So we've been working with 9 out of 11 tribes. We've been sending out 10,000 healthy Indigenous meals every week. And we're just in a great little space to be able to grow, to be able to learn. We can do a lot of research and development so we can further our own education around Indigenous foods. And there's just a lot of possibilities. And we're hoping to use this model and open up Indigenous food labs in cities all over the nation, each one becoming a regional training center point to help develop more Indigenous culinary operations everywhere eventually.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're a busy man, so I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me again.